All right, you guys ready to see the man you came to see? All right, make it loud. Norm Macdonald.
Great show. Hey, what about Dr. Kevin Fitzgerald? Just came back. I thought he was coming on because he's such a great guy, veterinarian, you know. And Dr. Kevin Fitzgerald, fantastic guy, gay. What's wrong with that? Dr. Kevin Fitzgerald. I love his boyfriend. He's also a doctor. Dr. Gerald Fitzkevin. It's a, he's not gay, he's a wonderful girlfriend. But it was funny you mentioned the Jehovah's Witnesses, you know, because my mother, strict Jehovah's Witness, who was Jehovah's key witness. None of that's true, none of that's true. So great to be in Denver. Beautiful vistas, you know. Scenery, remember where you're, yeah, not us, there's no us. They leave that out of the brochure. And sometimes I wonder if that is what why the beautiful vistas are there. This is hallucination for lack of I was so cold last night, and so they put me up in not a hotel, what the fuck is over there? And it's an apartment building, so instead of putting up in a hotel, they buy an apartment building, let it appreciate while you go in. And so it's so hot. So you're living in like an old lady's apartment, and it's so hot, like incredibly hot. Then I go outside, lashing cold, and then I go to Montana Ted's. I like eating bison, and it's deadly hot. Then I come back into the whipping cold and try to digest a bison, Oh yeah, I had half a bison. The guy drives us, he picked us up and drove us to here. You know what I mean? Whatever this is, it's like stuff. It's a weird, like it's its own thing. You know what I mean? Like there's buildings. Or here's a movie theater. There's a place right beside us. Here's the title of the place. Onus. O-N-U-S. Right? So now you're thinking, if you made a sign that was O-N-U-S, you want that O to look like it. It's close, it's not like But anyways, listen, I'm old. I'm old and I get worried about it. Not enough oxygen, I'm going to have a heart attack, all this stuff. You know what I mean? I never used to worry about it. Now I'm old. I was once young and now I'm old. You know what I mean? The old saying goes, there's no old saying. We're saying of all time. But I don't mind being old, Like young people always think they got it over you if they're young and you're old. But they don't realize they're young, you've been young and old. They've only been young, what the fuck is that? My kid tries to tell me she's 18 years old. I'm like, what the fuck? You guys know something? 12 years ago, you were 6. Oh, man, I tell you, I'm used to it, you know. Sometimes, you know, I feel like I'm an old man trying to play a young man's game, you know what I mean? And that's, when, you know, lying down with the ladies, doesn't feel like that, you know? Well, you play hockey, you know what I mean? Doing stand-up. This is a young man's game, woman's game, really, right? There's nothing funnier than young women. We all know that. All right, what's your name? Josh, right? Remember when you were young kids, everybody? Yeah. From a long time? Yeah. How long? What? 20 years. Cool, man. So you remember when you were like 16 years old, fucking smoking dope with your buddies, drunk and shit, right? Remember one of you turned to the other guy and go, God damn, we're having a fun time. We should invite over Olivia. This bitch is the funniest. Why do I live in a pretend world? But anyways, old man trying to, you know, it's time, man. Nothing can be done about it. It's time, you know. Snow gets a little steeper, you know what I mean? Memory starts going steeper, becomes deeper. You ever have sex with a lady, you know? It's like harder, and faster, and deeper, you know? I gotta bring in another guy. All this is from memory. I retired from laying down on top of ladies. Came here, a guy drove us in a car, a guy picked us up at the airport when we were in Las Vegas, Nevada. A guy picked us up, drove us to this thing. And the entire time the guy's just bragging about fucking Denver. I'm like, what the hell? I guess alright, you know. But the guy's like, oh, he's, you know what's great about Denver? I don't know what. There's no one's racist. I'm like, really? I guess, whatever. But then, as I'm driving, I started to notice I'm looking around, and I'm like, everyone's white. So I say to the driver, right, I go, it's not that, you know, not that hard to be not racist if there's no black people. This guy says, we got our share. People that it's their job to drive cars, always racist. You go to get your cab license, you have to pass some fucking test to show how racist you are. I remember driving, you know, you're getting that fucking, you know, that game Scruples, like you gotta figure out, you know what I mean? You're getting that parrot out where you're in a cab, right? And the guy starts being racist. You gotta get home, you know what I mean? So, when I was young, I lived way in the fucking suburbs, right? There's a big stretch of nothingness between the town and the suburbs, so I had to take a cab, and, you know, I'd get in the middle of nowhere, you know, and that guy would start with the racist stuff, you know. So what do? You try to correct him, you know, because that's the ethical thing to do. I agreed with him. But I was very careful never to say anything like, I just agree, that's all. I know it wasn't the right thing, but I didn't feel like being on fucking crossfire. I just wanted to get home. And it's not good, because that's why the guy's racist, because everybody's like me, everyone agrees with him. They start seeing the world different. But you know, you start saying bad things. You know, you're like, yeah, he had the right idea. It's right over here in the corner. Terrible. What about when they're racist, but you don't know what race? You know all these fucking words you never, you know. That one guy, I remember he told me, he said, you know what the problem is, don't you? I'm like, I don't know. Some person, a group of people or something? Too many brindle heads. I have to know who I hate. I don't know what that is. So I get home, I look up Brindle. There's no Brindle head in the OED. And then even Brindle is some weird, you know, many. All I know about it is there's too many of them. You know what would make this world a better place? Less Brindle heads. It was only that easy, huh? Sometimes I think that would go with profiling and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because they go like, you know, because they, you know, fucking, you know, start looking at my grandmother's asshole or something like that. You know, and they're like, it could be anybody. And you're like, no, not really. But, because you don't want to profile, you know, but in a way, that's good. Like 9/11, right? It was all like swarthy men from the Middle East. Imagine if 9/11 was 19 people. One of them was my grandmother. Another was a child. Another was another guy from Scandinavia. A Jew. A guy from the Middle East. That'd be the worst fucking thing ever. Much better that they all look alike. Much better. But to be honest with you, this is my biggest fear because I hate this Islamophobia that's going on. I think it's just the fucking most grotesque thing. And really, probably my biggest fear, the thing that keeps me awake at night, is what would happen. Imagine this: a terrorist group gets its hand on a dirty bomb from a rogue government. They set that dirty bomb off over the eastern seaboard, right? And it hits all these very populous cities, and it kills 4 or 5 million Americans. Because imagine the backlash against innocent Muslims in this country. Now listen, man, we got problems in this country. We got bad cops. We got, you know, they're not all bad cops. You know, we got some. You know what I mean? We got some. You know? Here's the difference between a good cop and a bad cop, in my estimation, right? A good cop is the guy that you call when you're in trouble. That guy's great. Bad cop is the guy someone else calls when they're in trouble because of you. That guy's a motherfucker. Baddest guy I ever seen. I heard about this thing, suicide by cop. That's when a guy's just at the end of his rope. Instead of killing himself, he just fucking runs out, starts shooting, you know? Just shoot. The place is surrounded by cops. He walks out there and starts shooting. And, have you ever heard of that suicide by cop? Last week, I heard a guy did, a black guy. He broke his tail leg. I'm gonna sell that joke. Some faggot ass. But I have no politics. You know, I try to figure out common sense and shit, but I got no fucking. I don't know. I got no opinions. I got a few. Everybody got an opinion on you're supposed to have an opinion on everything nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a kid, I don't know, people have maybe, I don't know, 6, 7 opinions. Mostly about food or some shit, or what the best color is. Remember that? When you're up all night arguing about what the best color is? Now you expect to have fucking everything. Hey, what about the Sea of Japan? And what do you think about the Taiwanese and how their GNP is going down Jack Black? Fuck. But I don't know. What's wrong with not knowing? You know what I mean? I got things to do. You think I want to read a fucking book about the Sea of Japan? You think I want to read a book? First of all, there's TV. You know, if a book's good enough, they'll make it into a TV movie. Let's be honest. But books make me so fucking sleepy, and you only got so much time. Anyways, whatever. We came from Las Vegas, Nevada. We flew in, and that's a bit of a gamble, isn't it? Whatever. I'll tell you what I did. I used to fly, right, from LA to fucking Vegas because I was a degenerate gambler. And one night there was this fucking turbulence. I only know about 200 words. If you're sure you're moving around. Turbulence. And I got real scared, so I said, I'll drive, I don't drive a car, but I'll go in a car, with a person from Los Angeles to, I don't know if you've ever driven, or it's 5-6 hours. Well, anyway, this is from LA to, now, in front of you, it's the middle of the night. It's just you and giant trucks full of trembling logs and shit, weaving and motherfuckers. And then you gotta go by and go as fast as you can. Hope to God you don't die. Then, every fucking time I've gone to Vegas, I've looked on the highway, there'll be tire marks that just go into the desert. And none coming out. Like, mysterious. I was in Las Vegas, makes you irrational. I'll tell you this, man. This is a thing that happened when I was in Las Vegas. I was on an elevator, and sometimes, I don't know if you've ever had this, but just from a snippet of a conversation, you understand the complete scenario that surrounds it. That you found the heart of it just by hearing this snippet. And so I was I'll give you an example. One day I was walking by two homeless guys, right? One homeless guy turns to the other homeless guy and goes, "When the fuck were you ever in the Montreal Canadiens as a goaltender? What the fuck?" He's had enough of this guy's horseshit. So I'm in Vegas. You ever see those guys, fucking pathological liars? Right? Isn't that the oddest? Like, the lies are so huge, Like, I had a guy, Tony, work with me. His lies are so big, and then I get embarrassed. He's the guy that should have been embarrassed. But anyway, but I washed dishes beside this fucker. I washed dishes, and then he washed dishes beside. We washed dishes each beside the other at a restaurant called the Old Spaghetti Factory. And did I go spaghetti? It's a great place. If you like old spaghetti, that's your thing. Old spaghetti. So he went from a factory? But otherwise, he'd be beside me, right? So one time I was just in a Toronto, means nothing even in the suburb of Toronto, and it was in the newspaper. I'm like, oh, Bruce Springsteen performed last weekend in Toronto. He's like, yeah, I partied with him. I'm like, oh, I didn't know, I never met him yet. And then I guess he sensed some doubt in my inflection or something. He's like, you can ask my brother. I'm like, you gotta kind of wash dishes. I don't know about the phone. Goes, this Tony's brother? Hey, listen, I wash dishes with Tony, each beside the other. I just wanted to confirm some outlandish horse shit. So this has nothing to do. The thing is, I heard a snippet, and when I was in Las Vegas, going down on the elevator, this is the snippet I hear. Because here's the thing, people go to Las Vegas, right? And people go to Las Vegas and they sometimes go there with systems. They have a system. They're going to use this system, break the bank, break the casino, or at least make a healthy profit from this system that they've come up with. And believe it or not, some of these systems actually don't work at all. I believe, from just a snippet of conversation I heard, that I had stumbled upon the unravel of a system. Right? Because I go in the elevator, there's a man standing beside a woman, and out of the blue, the man says, I don't give a fuck what I said, give me the money. The money, I worked hard for it. I think he was abandoning his system. This is my he's calling around. Going to change his original system, and take the remaining money and bet it on red, and then win that, and then return to the original. I bet on red. Here's how irrational you are in a casino. I went by the roulette table, right, and I put $200 down on black, right? And then the wheel spun and the little silver, and then it dropped. I had bet on red. I bet on black, and it dropped on red. And I said, "Fuck! I almost picked that." Everyone at the table understood it. Like, you can't overthink it. You gotta go with your first instincts. I mean, if you know anything about the game of roulette. I know. Odd place, Las Vegas. And the strangest slogan, I don't know what they call it, for the city. You know what I mean? Because every city has a slogan. Their slogan is, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Kind of a shady slogan. For a city, you know what I mean? There's other places like you guys, it's a mile-high city, you know what I mean? Because you're a mile in the sky. Closer, my God, to thee. Then there could be another one, like Georgia, Atlanta. You like peaches in a basket? I don't know what it is. It's always something very nice. You know what I mean? Virginia is for fellas that like to lie down on top of ladies. Ladies that don't mind it too much. A lady and a lady, or a fella and a fella. Now it's very long. Las Vegas, you know, kind of fucking sketchy. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You know, it may as well just be luck. I didn't see nothing. All it was meaningless. You can't kill someone, leave Las Vegas. They'll catch you. And I thought, what does it actually mean? Well, it's clear what it actually means. It means you can go to Las Vegas, have sex with a prostitute, she won't tell your wife back. Still, to his essence, that's all it means. It means that prostitutes in Las Vegas are incredibly discreet. Not like these blabbermouth whores back in the Midwest, famous for fucking gossipy whores. Down to beauty parlor, blue thing, pale blue over there. So you're Angus McGregor's wife, by God's small world. Oh. He took a shit on me last night in exchange for cash. Small world. Small world. Small world. Small world. Small world. Small world. Small world? What's that, a small world? There's something to say it, right? Small world. When there's someone, small world. Let's say you go to Paris, France, right? You meet someone. They go, where are you from? You go, Denver, Colorado. The guy goes, I'm from Denver, Colorado, too. Small world. Small world. Small, was it really a small world just because that happened? Because that rarely happens. If it happened all the time, of course it would be a small world. The only person you ever encountered was from... Of course, that's the rarity. You know, mostly it's where you're from. I'm from Denver, Colorado. What about you? Paris, France. It's a large world. I don't really think about it. It's like a really big planet we live on. Hardly any of us know any of us. Giant fucking globe we live on. Nobody knows anybody. Large world. Let's start saying that. Let's all start saying that. Large world. Yeah, I took that plane in. That's a gamble. Never doesn't get funny, that thing. But here's the thing, motherfucking plane. You know, first of all, you know, here's a tip for you. You know, take an exit row. You know what I mean? Because you get a lot of extra leg space, and it doesn't cost anymore. All you have to do to get the extra row is lie. You know? A stewardess comes up, not a stewardess, but the flight attendant. You have to keep up on language. I'm sorry, but when I was, you know, we used to call if a lady was, you know, on an airplane. You know. If a flight attendant was a lady, we call her a steward. And if a flight attendant was a man, we'd call him a, well, you know. It's a different day. It's a different day. The point is this. You just lie, you know. So they go, listen, we have to, we need verbal confirmation because that's binding. They go, should we happen to crash? Do you mind just letting everyone else up here? And then you go, yes! Absolutely. It's well worth the extra 6 inches of leg. I just let everybody. I was going to ask you if I could do that. That's the really thing. I didn't dare. I didn't think I'd be given that opportunity. Of course, in real life, you know, I would be fucking kidding. Kicking my mother baby. How many years you got left anyway, huh? That's why I used to be on the TV. What the fuck? I don't know, I think they just tell you that shit. I heard the announcements, you know, you don't even hear them anymore. You know, it's just white noise, you don't listen to them. And I heard this one, I guess I don't listen, I don't remember this one. This one, you know what, when the oxygen masks fall, they go, make sure you put it on yourself before your little child. I'm like, that was my plan, why did you go blab? But it's all just to calm you down, because of course there's no hope, you know what I mean? Hope. I was like that about Obama, you know. I'm running on hope. I'm like, you mean the thing that never works? You're running on? Like, when did you ever turn on the TV and go, hey, an airplane crashed into the Pacific today? But it's all right, everybody floating around their fucking seat cushions and shit. So. They hurt the lady and the fella. Everything's cool. You're just like a fucking, like, you might as well be on a Ritz cracker for a second. Exit rows. I'm not an aeronautical engineer. I don't pretend to be. Sometimes I do. But I shouldn't, you know. I gotta stop pretending to be an aeronautical engineer. I do it because I want to lie down with ladies. I don't lay on top of ladies anymore, but I used to. But, by the way, I don't lay on top of ladies anymore. I have a pickup line, you know. And it's not, I'm an aeronautical engineer. This is a pickup line that you guys can have now, since I've retired from laying time on top of ladies. And this pickup line never works. What I do is, I wait until they're drinking a drink, right? And it's got an umbrella and shit and cherries and everything. But it's got booze in it. So I walk up beside them and I'm discreet, right? So that nobody hears me. I whisper in the lady's ear, right? I whisper like this. I can get us a bottle. Never worked. Women, huh? So, anyway, plane goes down. It's going at such a fast, you know. You ever see, like that show, plane crashes, right? Because here's why. Because if you crash or whatever it is, 900 miles an hour on the pavement, you're just vaporized. Like, I've seen pictures of plane crashes, like the entire plane. Never seen a person. Never. You're just reduced to your essence. It's just all they find is a plane load of stuff. It's beautiful in a way, huh? Ashes, ashes, stuff, and stuff. Then they call it remains. Then after I get fancy and shit. I mean, all that stuff, you know. Then of course the victims want to get the remains, right? I don't know, but that's what they want. The remains of their loved ones. You know, they're like, I can't sleep. All I can think of is my poor child gone. Only I could see his remains. Then I sleep like a baby. Do some closure. That's fucking tough. Oh, so it's stuff. They're gonna find the remains, you know. Go, hey, look at that fucking lock of strawberry blonde hair. My goodness, that looks like Mary Elizabeth. Does it say that? Somebody find her flag on there. You put that over there. No, that's not it. They got a job to do. Daylight's burning, you know. Find an ID. Go, look at this fella, Norm Macdonald. Says here he's 190 pounds. All right. Shovel 190 pounds of stuff into a bag. Hurry up, come on. You stand Norm on the side of that one. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Norm's mother wants it. And then my mother gets a bag of stuff. She's like, oh.
Thank you.
She said, I don't remember Norm having 3 eyeballs. I guess we never really knew him. Sometimes you survive, but when do you survive a plane crash? When only one place ever survived a plane crash. The Andes.
Jesus Christ.
This is God's fine joke. That one you survived. So you're going to wrestle with the idea of consuming your fellow man. 20 or 30 straight days. And the hunger pangs become more pang than man. And that's the problem too. They always wait too long. You know what I mean? Because they fight it, and they fight it. Then find it too much, and they just become ravenous. And they're like, I gotta get some co-pilot. They grab the co-pilot. They eat it way too fast. You should never eat fast. Any nutritionist will tell you. Gorging is very, very, I don't mean to freeze or anything, but grazing, I read. This is where you wake up in the morning, you have a small portion of co-pilot. Another small portion of co-pilot. But you've waited too long, see, that's the problem. Not me. I've worked out what would happen in a hypothetical situation. So I know what I would do. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be on an airplane. I'm so planned, so well ahead, right? If I'm on a plane and there's some turbulence, I think to myself, I'll eat that fucker in 4 seats. First class, I remember that. That looked delicious. You know, so then, when we crashed, I'd pull him behind a snowbank. And then day 20, you know, crap, you know, I don't know what to do. I'm like, strands of businessman between my legs. Now, by the way, I am completely anti-cannibalism. This is a specific instance. You know what I mean? Like rape and incest with abortion. This is a specific instance where I support cannibalism. I do not support cannibalism for fun or for power. You know, people think cannibalism is a crime of hunger. It's not. It's a crime of power. Now, I'm not going to preach to you guys, okay? If you know anything about me, you know my stance on cannibalism. I'm not that political a guy, but I am virulently anti-cannibalism. I'm virulently anti-landmine. I picked up the torch when Lady Di died. She was also against landmines. I don't like it. I don't like how they pretend to be grass. That's my biggest problem. There's a landmine sitting there, I go, okay, I'll avoid it. But they pretend to be grass, so you're like, hey man, my feet feel nice on this cool grass. Hey, there's another piece of grass. But no more landmines. You ever seen that? That's me. I made that up. I always have 100. No more. It's a beautiful. And also, here's the beautiful thing about protesting landmines: almost no counter protesting. You're not in a fist fight with a guy. There's always one guy. You ever notice that? But you know, he's in the pocket of the landmine companies. It's like grow up. You know what I mean? But cannibalism. I'm not gonna use this as a bully pulpit to try to talk you guys. You're adults. You're not gonna change your opinion. Either you believe in cannibalism or you don't. I like to get the children. You know that. Like in high school. You know what I did? I don't mean to brag or anything, but I travel all across this great continent, except for Mexico. I don't want to go there. But I travel all across this great continent, except Mexico. And I talk to the students. know, in the high school, that their minds, and I try to tell them that cannibalism is not cool, you know? I don't lie. You know, I say, you know, obviously, you know, people are, you eat a guy in algebra class, people will be talking about you for a while. You know? You're going to get a lot of attention. But I say the future. I say it like that. I'm going to look at it on the old CD. But anyway, prison reform. Finally, it's come to the forefront of this country. A lot of people are talking about prison reform. I've been talking about it for years. And then I hear the people talking about prison reform, and I'm like, God damn it. What is wrong with you people? You can't see the fucking forest for the trees. They're like, we gotta stop that crack, blah, blah, because crack cocaine, you get more than any other cocaine. Blah, 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 blah. Oh. If you just went to the prisons, right, go, hey, here, you just say what you would like changed in prison, and we'll take. Number one would always be, no more ass fucking. Number one, that's the prisoner. It's not these idiots talking for the prisoner, that's the prisoner. No more ass fucking. They just let it happen. The judge doesn't even fucking tell you. When you're sentenced, you know what I mean? Why are you afraid of prison? You stay at home, oh my God, prison. I just got, my freedom, my loss of freedom. Oh, I'll be in a little room, oh. And then you ask the jail people, right? You go, why are you doing fuck everybody in the ass? Why do you stop the ass? Like, we can't do it. And they do drugs in prison. Why? Oh, we can't. Really, you can't. Powerless. People are behind steel bars, and you have a fucking gun, a big gun. They wouldn't even have to go, hey, stop the ass fucking, or I shoot you. You know, give me those drugs, I'll do them myself with law-abiding people. Wouldn't that stamp it out? What are they talking about? Anyway, that's my opinion. I'm done with opinions, though. That's all I've got. And with that election coming up, oh my Lord, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. It's when everybody's asking your opinion on every goddamn thing. Last election, I remember, the guy who won was Donald Trump. He's still the president. So Donald Trump, right, wins. Now I've noticed in the last 6 months or so, all these books come out, right? Because it takes a few years to write a book, I guess. It's like, why did he win? Trump, how did that happen? What's going on? Is it Trump? Or something. And I did see a book that was that was the time. There's other books called and I'm a simple person, so maybe this is oversimplified. But I have a theory I've never heard. But to me it seems like the real reason that Trump won. And I think this is why he won the presidency. Because he was the only guy running.
Jesus Christ.
Now I know you're booing me because I miscorrected you. A little old lady ran. You're right. Clap, because that was the perfect fucking timing for that little experiment. Worked out. Couldn't have been better timing to decide to be stylish. Even Hillary Clinton wrote a fucking book, and I don't read a lot of books, but I look at their titles through the window. Get a little laugh when looking through a window. You're getting real smart. Like fuck reading all the philosophy of the world. Go to a cup store. Right? They got a cup. It says fucking super smart thing on it. You're like, yeah, damn, that cup's right. Buy that cup. Read it every day. And then the next cup, you're like, holy fuck, that guy is smarter. That cup's way smarter than that fucker. But anyways, I looked at the book. And you know they say you can't judge a book by its cover? Well, Hillary Clinton's book, you can judge it. You can read the book by its cover. Because I'm going to tell you what the cover says. 5 words. What happened? Hillary Rodham Clinton. So self-aware. Yeah, because you're so... That's in my view how it went down. That the voters said, listen, Hillary, we fucking hate you. Never hated anyone so much as you. We hate you so much. We're going to vote for a guy that we hate more than you. But now the field is open, fellas. Ladies. I know those are old words that don't mean anything anymore. What is a fella anyway? We used to think he was a guy that somebody with a cock and a bare ball. Shows you how hateful we were. When I was a little boy, I went up to my dad. I said, Dad, I am a girl. He said, I thought you had a cock and balls. I'm like, yeah. That's how hateful we were. But that's what I'm trying to say. That now, the election, now everything is so complicated. You know what I mean? And I don't know stuff. I admit it. I don't know. A lot of people, by the way, don't know. You know? I know because I watch, like CNN, they'll have a poll, they'll ask a question, very difficult. What do you think the GNP on the Dow Jones, how is that going to affect the transatlantic pipeline? Or, you think it's going to be good or bad, yes or no? Okay, then they say, we'll tell you the results later. Then at the end of the show, they show the results. It's in a pie chart, which is good, you know? And then it shows the pie chart pieces of pie, not real pieces of pie, but it's nice to imagine. And I'll say 45% yes, 45% no, and then 10%, I don't know. And this is me. I represent 10% that do not know. And 10% is a lot of people, you know. Small fraction, a great deal of people in this, the greatest country, in this, the best of all possible worlds. So, 300 million people in America, 30 million don't know. I'm being one of 30 million. I think that's a lot of great America. And I'm a sucker for those polls, man. Because I want to get my voice heard, you know what I mean? So I'll phone up, hello, is this the TV? Listen. I heard your question there earlier. I got time, man. I don't fucking know. I don't know, I say. Well, listen here, I got a question for you. What does that second word mean? The jib? Oh yeah, well, I gotta go. I better end up in that fucking pie chart, pal. Let me tell you. I'm no sap. I'm sniffling a lot, and I feel you guys will think I'm on cocaine. It's making me paranoid. So I am on cocaine, and that makes me paranoid as well. I'm not on cocaine. I don't do alcohol. I don't do drugs. Does that mean I'm better than you? I guess probably, but that's what you think. I don't. Here's what you want me to fucking blow your mind. You want me to blow your mind? I do drugs, right? You're like, what? I'm like, well, I mean, I drink Red Bull. You're like, Red Bull's not a drug. I'm like, really? It's got caffeine in it. You're like, caffeine's not a drug. I'm like, really? Caffeine's not a drug. Well, that's interesting. Because it is. I smoke cigarettes. You're like, that's not a drug. I'm like, really? Because nicotine is in cigarettes. You're like, nicotine's not a drug. I'm like, really? Nicotine's not a drug. Okay. Because it is. Well, I take LSD. Okay? I take LSD. LSD's not a drug. Really? Because it bends time. You gotta do that. I had to go to this fucking psychiatrist, right? What a broken record this motherfucker. It's like, stop doing handfuls of LSD before every show. You know?
Sorry?
I'm like, all right. Like, I don't know why I'm paying you. That's all you ever say.
You take whatever I think.
And I would like to know what makes him the expert. I mean, you don't know him, but I can describe it to you. He's a 4-foot giraffe. I didn't have spots. But he's the expert. He studied all his melting books. I'm all mixed up. I forgot to say I'm all mixed up from the start of my show. I was planning to make it my catchphrase. I don't even introduce it this late in. Expect applause and to work it in. God damn it. Later, whatever. Well, shit. I already have the fucking guy in the back making a goddamn picture for my album. Whatever. But it's a picture of me like in one of them blenders. And it's got like some fucking tomatoes and some celery and shit. I'm trying to get out of it, and you see a finger on liquefy, and it's like, I'm all mixed up. I thought I was going to, tell him to go on, and I just put that in. That's what people say. I've heard comedians say that. I do a lot of things I've heard comedians. Not enough, but not enough to do well. Like, for instance, leaving the stage is a big problem I have, because I know how you're supposed to leave the stage, because I've seen it. I've seen so many comedians in my life. This is what you say a joke, right? And it works well, gets a big laugh, right? In the middle of that big laugh, you go, yeah! And you're like, and then you guys are like, was he any good? I don't know. We're laughing. We were laughing. But that's not going to happen tonight. I let it fizzle into oblivion. And then I slink away. Hoping you guys go, that guy's all mixed up.
Norm, I love you.
I love you too. Why do you lie? Are you a man of faith? I don't often hear it. No, I don't often hear a person that loves strangers other than people blessed by the pale Nazarene. Well, you guys are all Denver folks. What do you do, man? Are you a native of Denver, Colorado? Where are you from?
I'm retired Air Force. I'm from everywhere.
Oh, you're retired Air Force? Wow. Right, 4.5. 4.5. Did you ever drop a bomb on an innocent person? Well, good job. You never dropped a bomb in your life. But see, I find that would be a very terrifying thing. Right? Also, you know, what did they say to you? Did you ever face discrimination because you were a lady in the Air Force? Yeah, because they're men, right? Like Top Gun. Was there any ladies in Top Gun? Wasn't a goddamn lady in Top Gun. She must have watched that and go, what kind of fucking horse shit is this? Right? Oh, Val Kilmer. I'd like to fuck him. but at the same time, you're like, but I'd like to, you know, see a lady. So did you ever? I don't want to get it. Are these your children? This is them. I'm not going to ask the next one. Now, so what do? You look like you've been in the military. And you're also in the Air Force. That's amazing. And what about your husband? Was he also in the Air Force? What? And are you his wife? And are you in the Air Force? How disappointing. There's probably, I look at you, I think, probably an astronaut, right? I'm good with people. You're an astronaut. I know, I always... That's what I wondered about airplanes. The Wright brothers, right? They're the guys, right? You wouldn't have a job without them. But they were heroes, right? At Kitty Hawk, they brought that plane up. It was up for 25 seconds, something like that. But it was a big success. All the people before them, though, right? All those pilots that only went up for 18 seconds. And a lot of them, the problem was they're like that. Which that's what you would naturally think. You're ripping out a bird, let's be honest. If there are no birds, no. But anyways, this is what I don't like. The Wright brothers were stepping on the shoulders of these other guys that came before them, right? And the Wright brothers are looked at as big heroes. And when do we ever see the others? This is when we see them. When they go like this, crash in a fiery ball, and die in a montage with funny music. These guys are pretty... What about you, sir? Are you from Denver, Colorado? Yeah. Longmouth, Colorado. Did I say that wrong? No, I said it right. Longmouth, Colorado. Longmouse, I'm sorry. Longmouse, Colorado. Okay? Longmont, Colorado. And where about you? From Longmont, Colorado? You guys are both from Longmont, Colorado. You expect me to believe that? It's a small world. I've been on too long. You guys have been great. God bless you. I love you. I love you. I'm Macdonald, everybody.
Guys, keep it going for